You're listening to Puma Podcast.
The audience is not just the queer community, which
Right.
is very very good to see. Na
Mm-hmm.
it's even heterosexuals, it's even
Yes.
straight men and women, families who watch Drag Race, Drag Den
Right.
together. They're more open to the art of drag. Hindi
Uh-uh.
na lang siya pang bakla, hindi lang siya pang queer community.
Yep.
So because of these shows, kasi ano talaga siya it's a form of entertainment. It's
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
telling beautiful Filipino queer stories.
Uh-uh.
That's very relatable.
Uh-uh.
And not to mention, of course, grabe yung talent ng mga
Oo,
drag
ibang
artists,
klase.
diba?
I mean,
They're doing their own makeup, they're singing, they're performing, they're dancing,
yeah.
they're creating their own outfits all in one day,
Yes.
for example. So it's so impressive. And
That's
as
true.
the mainstream audience or the wider audience here in the Philippines, watching that, diba, nakakabilib talaga.
You are listening to Thought Bubbles, and today we are having a conversation about drag culture in the Philippines. Last year, New York Times posted on their Instagram account that drag culture is indeed on the rise, or in fact, thriving in the Philippines despite its predominantly Christian population. Hindi na siya confined sa mga comedy bars or barrio fiestas. You would actually see drag artists in parties, doing production numbers in major beauty pageants like Miss Universe, or doing TV show guestings and the like. Mainstream na nga ang drag culture dito sa atin. Today, I'm joined by John Galvez, a fan of drag artistry and an independent filmmaker. He is the director of upcoming film Lip Sync Assassin, which starred Drag Race Philippines Season 1 winner Precious Paula Nicole. He is also a co-producer for Agapito, one of the selections for the short film category at this year's Cannes Film Festival. Hi, John. Welcome to Thought Bubbles.
Hi, Bubbles. Good to see you, and thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So, before we begin, can you give us a background or your background, professional, and how you became a fan of the drag culture or drag artistry here in the Philippines and abroad?
Yeah, so yeah, hi everyone. I'm John. I'm John Galvez, and I'm an advertising professional, and at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, I'm also an independent filmmaker, and entrepreneur. So yes, I'm a big drag artistry fan.
Okay.
I think in the past uh, 5 6 years
Mm-hmm.
following the drag artistry and the drag culture here in the Philippines and abroad. Because I'm also a filmmaker, I'm into films. I
Okay.
remember uh, I have two main films that really made a mark.
Okay.
Na yun yung parang first time kong nakita na portrayed yung drag queens in a very beautiful and powerful manner. So
Mm-hmm.
one is Tu Wong Fu. I think I was
Yes, I know
back
that
then.
film. I
Yeah,
love that film.
it's
John
so
Leguizamo,
beautiful.
Denzel Washington. Ay,
Wesley
sorry, no,
Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
Yes, Wesley and also Patrick
The
Swayze.
late great Patrick Swayze.
Correct.
Yes.
So I was young back then, and then watching this film, na
Mm-mm.
three drag queens just went on a road trip going to
Yeah,
a beauty
oo nga.
pageant. Tapos I think they accidentally nag-stop over sila sa isang small town, and then
Yes.
these three beautiful drag queens were able to make an impact and a difference in the lives of the people in the small town na very conservative. And I
Exactly.
think most of them are homophobic, and then also
Oo.
help them improve their lives. Eh. So I think that's one. And then another film that also had a lasting impression sa akin is Ang Tatay Kong Nanay by Lino Broca,
Wow, yeah.
starring Dolphy Quezon, and Nino Mulak na
Mm-mm.
Dolphy was portraying an entertainer, doing drag as well, and working in a salon. And
Mm-mm.
I really appreciate it because it challenged the norm, especially it was in the
Yes.
1970s.
Oo.
challenging the norm of being a parent, a single parent, tapos
Mhm.
he was a homosexual, and
Mhm.
then how the society parang reacted to someone raising a child as a homosexual back then. So parang
Right.
I felt it was very powerful also. A beautiful film. I recommend to everyone to watch it. So yun. And then eventually, of course, I also opened up a lot of my friends when I was living in Singapore. They were recommending Drag Race for me to watch Drag Race. I think
Mhm.
back
Mhm.
2017, 2018, nag-start ako sa, tawag nito, season 9 of Drag Race.
Okay.
But I wasn't, hindi ko pa siya yung religiously pinapanood. Parang bits
Okay.
and pieces here and there. And also, the different seasons of Drag Race. Especially the Snatch Game episode. So, yun yung mga pinapanood ko.
Yeah,
Hindi
pinaka
ko pa
nakakatawa
pinapanood yung
yata
full
'yun.
season. Yes, correct. So, kasi yun yung one of the parang highlight of
Mhm.
highlight episode, yung inaabangan ng lahat. So, yun yung pinapanood ko. But then, pandemic came along as everyone had a lot of time to watch. So,
Yeah.
yun, na marathon ko yung from season 1 to season 12 of Drag
Oh,
Race US.
wow.
And then I watched all of the seasons. Season 12 yung nag-air that time. So I
Mm.
got really hooked. Actually, from what I've read also and from all of the stories, no, parang
Mhm.
even pre-Spanish colonization,
Yeah, that's what
mm,
I heard too.
parang may touches na nung like the babaylans, the spiritual leaders
Mhm.
here in the Philippines, bago pa dumating the Spaniards to colonize
Mm.
us. Nagda-drag na sila, nagko-cross-dress sila when they're
Yeah.
doing all of the rituals.
Yep.
So, that was back in the 1500s, diba? So,
Uh-uh.
that time alone, meron ng parang touches of drag or remnants of cross-dressing here in the Philippines.
Mm.
And then, even in the, I think, American occupation, there's a
Mm.
guy called Chris Pulo Luna. He also does parang gender cross-dressing back in the American occupation.
Right.
So yun. And then eventually, I think one movie, the one that I mentioned a while ago, which is Ang Tatay Kong Nanay,
Mm.
kasi in the 1950s naman, that's when all of the gay barangay beauty pageants started in the Philippines.
Mm.
So that's also the time when the movies like Pacifica Palaypay,
Falayfay, yes. Oo, also with
yes,
Dolphy.
also with Dolphy, Ang Tatay Kong Nanay,
Yeah.
that that was in the mainstream media already. So mas na-expose yung tao about like the one is the like the gay community, the gay
Yep.
life and stories, and also
Mm.
drag queens.
Yeah.
So I think that parang yan yung introduction ng to a larger audience ng drag in the
Correct.
Philippines.
Mm.
And then yun, tuloy-tuloy na rin naman siya. Drag what do you call this? Drag artistry or the drag culture has been opened up to mainstream media. If
Yes.
you remember sa Eat Bulaga before.
Super
Back then,
Serena.
Super Serena, there's also Doble Cara. So
Yes.
parang yun yung mga touches of like drag artistry or subtle na pag-portray ng drag art. Kasi cross-dressing siya, diba? So parang yung
Yes.
Doble Cara, I remember yung one part is like a woman, one part is a man, and then they're part of like a big segment in Eat Bulaga. So in a way, na open up yung like mainstream audience to what drag artistry was back then. 90s pa yun, 90s to 2000s. And then now, and of course, like local gay bars, right? So I think that's very, very important. Tuloy-tuloy yung mga barangay gay beauty pageants. And at the same time, the local drag queens in gay bars have been there even before Drag Race.
Okay. So with you mentioning that you're a big fan of Drag Race, have you seen Drag Den? Because that's another drag TV show naman that we have here in the Philippines. And if you
Yes.
have, what is the difference between Drag Race and Drag Den Philippines?
Yeah, I've seen Drag Den, both seasons. It's really good because it's mainly developed and created for Filipino peer community. Now,
Okay.
I really appreciated because they didn't. Of course, Drag Race is such a big a franchise already, right? And then
Yes.
they try to stay away from becoming another drag race,
Uh-uh.
drag race Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So they have their own mark, and then the focus is to telling um, Filipino queer stories,
Okay.
our drag culture in the Philippines, hindi yung format ng Drag Race. So,
Ah,
if you watch Drag din, talagang rooted siya sa parang barangay gay beauty pageants,
correct.
very Filipino stories in the characters. It's also diverse in terms of the representation of the different drag queens from the different parts of the Philippines. So
Mm-hmm.
talagang Pinoy na I really appreciate.
Uh-huh.
Hindi lang na parang it's, trying to follow what has been done
Mm-mm.
internationally. So, meron parang drag-dagulan, yung very talagang ano siya,
Yeah.
sabi nito, barangay
Parang
gay beauty
barda-barda.
pageant.
Yes. Oo.
Yes, correct. So, I really appreciate that they use the platform to talk
Mm-hmm.
about important issues. It's very political
Right.
because
Yeah.
drag has always been intertwined with being political. So
Mm-mm.
they use
That's
like
right.
in drag then, they use it to talk about or at least raise like inequalities, racism, classism. So different types of issues na
Mm-mm.
important, even political corruption.
Yeah.
So in the ano nga si meron parang spill or like a speech si Manila Luzon every end of the show that
Right.
talks about different issues like politics, corruption, what's happening in the
Oo.
Philippines, inequalities, homophobia. They're more open to the art of drag. Hindi
Oo.
na lang siya pang bakla, hindi lang siya pang queer community.
Yep.
So because of these shows, kasi ano talaga siya, it's a form of entertainment. It's
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
telling beautiful Filipino queer stories.
Oo.
That's very relatable.
Oo.
And not to mention, of course, grabe yung talent ng mga
Oo,
drag
ibang
artists,
klase.
diba?
I mean,
They're doing their own makeup, they're singing, they're performing, they're dancing,
yeah.
they're creating their own outfits all in one day,
Yes.
for example. So it's so impressive. And
That's
as
true.
the mainstream audience or the wider audience here in the Philippines, watching that, diba, nakakabilib talaga.
I would like to say, I like to think that it is
Yes.
mainstream now, and according to the New York Times, it is, diba? In
Correct.
spite
Oo
of
nga.
our country being a predominantly Christian country, what does it say to you having these kinds of good things to say about drag culture and its artists, the drag queens, there are drag kings also, pero we still experience situations like yung kay Pura Luca Vega and
Yeah.
their persona non grata situation. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree that it was blown out of proportion. And I think ultimately drag is a form of expression, right? So it's art, similar like as all kinds of art.
Mm-hmm.
And Pura Luca Vega did her own like take on the song, right? A religious song. And
Yes.
that's how she expresses. That's her art.
Mm-mm.
Um, and then some, of course, conservative or religious community or religious people reacted negatively about it
They
kasi
were offended, yeah.
they were offended, and at the same time they might have not understood the context well.
Yeah.
Some might not even have watched the video, but they reacted negatively right away. So may mga
Uh-huh.
ganung pangyayari. And I think not just here in the Philippines, right? Even in the US now, like the
Mm-mm.
drag queens are being villainized, like what we were talking about, right? Like, and used as a distraction for
Yeah.
people to just focus on, oy, may drag queen na ano, na blasphemous about like the song or about
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
religion. Or in the US naman, parang they were saying na, yun nga, drag queens should not even go close to like kids
Yeah.
or I don't know, grooming or whatever.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm.
there has been history naman in the drag history na certain communities or groups or politicians have been using certain issues that involves drag queens
Mhm.
to distract people na para
Oo.
hindi nila maalala yung mga or hindi sila mag-focus sa bigger political
Issues.
issues na mas important.
Correct,
So,
correct.
unfortunately, Pura Luca was used or had that same experience, right? What the good
Oo,
thing is, she's cleared now, and
of
then
all the charges against them.
yes,
Mm-mm.
correct, yeah. So sana, no other drag queens would experience that.
Yung
Then
other drag
um,
artists sana would
drag
have to go
artists,
through.
correct, drag
Oo.
artists or queer artists
Mhm.
should
Oo.
do ano.
Nagiging scapegoat kasi sila sometimes. Well, hindi lang
Correct.
sometimes, many, many,
Mm.
many times. Yeah.
So yun, and then
So,
I guess some people should also be more open-minded and
Mhm.
research well before they have a negative reaction or bash.
just to close out this conversation, how do you think is the best way to support drag culture here in the Philippines?
Definitely, watch and support local drag queens.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
of course,
where do we watch them?
the good thing, yung effect kasi ng Drag Race Philippines and Drag din is hindi lang sa mga gay bars or sa
Mhm.
queer clubs ang drag shows. So there are drag brunches, there
Right.
are like drag shows being produced even outside of the queer clubs or venues or locations. So please support. For example, like me also, I try to produce drag shows
Oh, yeah.
to create more platform for queer artists and drag artists. So sana yung mga and I've also been to a lot of drag shows, drag events outside of gay bars or like
Mhm.
queer clubs. And punong-puno, nakakatuwa. As in,
Yeah.
like, yung support ng mga tao sa drag artists. Nakakatuwa kasi, yun nga, it's not just, pag nakita mo doon, parang 80% nga, women, straight women
Oo.
supporting drag artists sa drag branches, sa mga drag concerts. So, again, it's becoming mainstream, which is amazing.
Right.
Well-deserved, long overdue. So, sana
Uh-huh.
tuloy-tuloy yung support ng mga tao sa art itself. Kasi nga, iba-ibang genres, iba-ibang types of style or performance styles ang bawat drag artist. So, it's good to expose yourself to not just the parang performers or lip syncers, a lip sync assassin, but there's
Mhm.
also na parang performance art type of or visual artist type of drag performances. So
Yeah.
by going to the drag shows and supporting local queens, even yung mga hindi part ng Drag Race or drag din,
Mhm.
would be good because of course you're supporting the whole drag culture in itself, and it will continue to progress kapag mas madaming sumusupport, nagre-respect, and nag-continue to parang what you call this cheer for our drag artists here in the Philippines. So yun lang. So sana tuloy-tuloy yung support. And like for me also nga, parang I'm also into filmmaking and I'm trying to write and produce queer stories that also showcase like drag artists, drag performances, trans artists. So para more platform and more opportunities for people to appreciate yung queer stories, queer art.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Thought Bubbles. I would like to thank John Galvez for taking the time to speak with me. And maybe you have family members or friends who also want to know more about drag culture in the Philippines. Paki-share naman sa kanila itong episode na to. We would really appreciate it if you could. This episode was edited by Anthony Tobias and our editor-at-large is J. Mark Tordicilla. Make sure you follow Teka Teka on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts so that you can continue to get slow news that matters to you. Lastly, you can find me on Instagram and Threads at Bubbles Magpayo and at Bruha23, that's BREWHUH23 on TikTok. Thanks for listening!